Many people are still unclear as to why rangelands are important ecosystems. After all, these are only sparsely, if any, occupied by high vegetation. Rangelands are often considered as marginal lands with little trees, mostly filled with grass, essentially used by pastoralists. Well, today we are here to launch the UNCCD Global Land Outlook Thematic Report on rangelands and pastoralists. This report serves as a vital reminder of the need to protect and sustainably manage one of the planet's most expansive yet often overlooked habitats. Consider this stark contrast. When we clear a forest, the term deforestation evokes a strong emotional response as we witness the loss of trees that have stood for centuries. In contrast, when rangelands, equally ancient and vital, are converted, it often goes unnoticed or is met with little protest. These expansive landscapes and the pastoralists and livestock breeders who depend on them are usually sadly underappreciated. These communities are frequently marginalized and lack a voice in policy making that directly affects their livelihoods. Despite comprising hundreds of millions of individuals, some estimate up to 500 million people are pastoralists in the world, they are frequently overlooked and even seen as outsiders in their own lands. Covering more than 54% of the Earth's land surface, rangelands are more than just open spaces. They are critical for biodiversity, essential for global food security, and play a key role in carbon sequestration. Despite their importance, these landscapes face significant threats from mismanagement, overexploitation, and the adverse effects of climate change. Our report underscores the urgent need for global awareness and collaborative action. It calls for sustainable grazing practices that build soil health, conserve biodiversity, and mitigate the encroachment of invasive species. These practices must be given significant attention and investment. As we anticipate the upcoming UNCCD COP16 due for December 2024 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, it is of the utmost importance that we advocate for robust policies that facilitate the sustainable management and restoration of rangelands. We must enact legislation that acknowledges and supports the rights of rangeland communities, promote land management practices that have been developed through consultations with those who are most familiar with the lands. I invite our partners to leverage their resources and expertise. Together, we can implement approaches that are local, inclusive, and adaptive to improve the resilience and productivity of rangelands. This report underscores the pivotal role of pastoralist communities in the sustainable management of their landscapes. Their practices warrant promotion and support through dedicated policies and investment. Looking ahead to 2026, we have a unique opportunity. It will be the International Year of Rangelands and Pastoralists, and Mongolia, with 70% of its land in rangelands, will host UNCCD COP17. This moment is more than a milestone. It's a chance to rethink how we care for these vital ecosystems and the communities that depend on them. Protecting rangelands and their guardians is of the utmost importance, and we must ensure that we receive the attention, protection, and respect they so rightly deserve.